Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game. So in this chess game we have Mikhail Tal with the white pieces and his opponent was Karen Grigorian, 3 times chess champion of Armenia, Armenian chess master. So this was a very exciting chess game from 1982 from Yerevan, Armenia. So Mikhail Tal had the white pieces and he starts the game with c4, the English opening. e5, developing the knights, and we have the 4 knights game of the English opening. So g3, bishop to b4, knight to d5, and then a5, defending the bishop. So developing the bishop d6 and both players castled. e3, bishop to c5, b3. So Tal wants to fianchetto his bishop. Knight takes, damaging the pawn structure. Knight to b4, attacking the pawn. Tal pushed the pawn. Well, black has to capture because if defending the bishop, then capturing the pawn. So e takes on d4, knight takes on d4, and then giving up the bishop for damaging the pawn structure. Because if queen takes, then knight to c2 is going to fork the queen and the rook. So e takes on d4, rook over, and then kicking the knight back and developing the bishop, b6, b4, and then capturing the pawn, slowly advancing from the queen side, and then centralizing the rook and fighting for the open file, a4, queen to h5. Now, it is time to attack. Tal is developing the queen and the queen is getting close to the king. And let's evaluate this position. All of black pieces are on the 8th rank. Look at this picture, an interesting picture that shows how all of the sudden black has such a cramped position and things flow for Tal. And because of Tal's center d pawn, you can see that developing this knight is not very easy, and that's a space advantage for white. So we can prefer white in this position. Already white is better, Tal is better. So bishop to d7, bishop to e4, attacking the h pawn, defending with pushing the pawn g6. But what happens if h6? Well, in a Mikhail Tal chess game, without a doubt, with his aggressive attacking style, Mikhail Tal would have sacrificed the bishop for the attack, and this is very dangerous against Tal, threatening bishop check, bishop back, and then checkmating the king. A very simple checkmate pattern. So f5 is not going to work because of check, and then bishop back, and surviving this is going to be extremely tricky. It's not going to be easy, and white is winning in this position. So this is why we have g6, but black is creating dark square weakness against Tal. Against a tactician like Tal, this is very dangerous. Bishop to g5, sacrificing the d pawn, but then queen to h4, threatening bishop to f6. So black has dark square weakness, and white has prospects and good attacking opportunities, which Mikhail Tal will never miss those opportunities. So queen to g7, and then bishop to h6, harassing his opponent, queen to h8. For example, if queen to d4, not lining the queen with the rook, let's say, then harassing the queen again, queen to c3, and bishop to g5, again threatening bishop to f6, so queen to g7, and bishop to f6, and finally white wins this fight in the dark square, so threatening queen up, and then checkmating the king. So f6 is a must, but then bishop takes, and it looks like white is basically toying with black. So this is why we have queen to h8, but then bishop to f5 by Tal. What a move! These kinds of creative sacrificial moves for the attack makes Tal's chess games so fun to watch. We have queen to c3. So in this position, if capturing the bishop, then rook takes is checkmate. Amazing. And if capturing the bishop, then opening the king, and black is getting mated. And if rook takes, capturing the bishop, then rook up is going to be checkmate. And if developing the knight, defending the back rank with the rook, but then this time losing the bishop. So this was a fantastic move by Mikhail Tal. Bishop to f5. What a move. So this move is creating so much problems in black's position. So rook we have queen to c3, and then rook takes, bishop takes, defending the rook, queen back, and then infiltrating behind the enemy lines, and both the bishop and the knight is pinned, and leaving the bishop. Amazing. But we have capturing the bishop. Why did Mikhail Tal sacrifice the bishop? Of course, not capturing with the queen, because the queen has to babysit to the bishop, capturing the bishop, checkmate. So in this position, capturing the bishop, but can you guess the next move? A very elegant, quiet, killer move by Tal. King to f1, and there is no defense against rook to e1. Grigorian resigned. Black is helpless against rook to e1, and there is no sensible moves left for Grigorian. So if c6, rook to e1, and how to defend, attacking the bishop and threatening checkmate. So this is all over. Well, the engine told me that knight to d7 is possible, but this is just simply losing, capturing the rook, threatening queen to h1, king to g1, queen to e7, and this is unplayable, easily winning for white. Okay, so first we see this amazing move by Tal, bishop to f5, and what a move it was. Simply amazing. And the final killer move, king to f1, and black resigned. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye.